Hey everyone, so what's up? How are you all doing? It's been a while that I have uploaded a video, and today's video means a lot to me because I created this one after a lot of reflection, and it's a combination of reflection from the last year. So, I started my PhD in September 2019 at the University of Zurich, and I'm working at the Balgrist campus. So, it's in the Balgrist hospital, it's a part of that and the PhD program that I'm part of is the PhD in Neurosciences. So it's a part of Life Science Graduate School at the University of Zurich. So I'm enrolled at the University of Zurich. So I wanted to create this video to let everybody know what are the tasks of a PhD student, and also just to give you a brief update of what has been happening in the last 1 year. And now that I have completed my first year of PhD successfully, I would just want to share what I have learned in the last 1 year. So if you're a prospective PhD student or a first year PhD student, then I am sure this video is going to help you. Well, the thing is that this is a vlog, and the things that I'm going to share are my personal experiences, and so I would just, as always, would tell you to take it with a grain of salt, and that's quite about it. So let me share my experience with you. So I got into this PhD because it was almost the dream project that I wanted to be in, and I chose this one because I was very much looking forward to practice a lot of neuroimaging and get into this field. I did have some background from my master's when I did my master thesis, so it was on neuroimaging. But still, PhD is a time for 4 to 5 years, and then that's a good time to learn something new, and or else to develop your skills on something that you still want to continue as. So this is what I chose, and I'm so glad that I chose this project. But at the same time, the project just does not have neuroimaging, it has other aspects. So, in all, the task of the PhD student is that they work on their PhD project, that is for sure. But there are other things that as a PhD you need to do. And this depends a lot depending on the PhD program that you enroll in, also the university and the country that you are doing your PhD from. So, as per the requirements of University of Zurich, I would tell you that we need to have 12 ECTS. For a bachelor or master student, this does not sound quite a lot. It's kind of seems really easy to have 12 ECTS, but when you're doing your PhD, literally you're working full time, and working on that, and along with that gaining credits is just a bit too much sometimes. So as far as now, as far as my credits concerned, we have to have 12 minimum credits ECTS, and I have had 10 of those so far. So I think I'm going fine with the credits. The other thing that we need apart from our research project is the teaching requirements. So we need to do some basic teaching, or there's an option of basic teaching plus conducting block courses. So the basic teaching, if done along with block courses, is like 75 hours of basic teaching and 200 hours of block courses minimum. And if you're only doing this basic teaching, then it requires you to complete 150 hours of basic teaching. So this is quite about it. And so what I did is that last semester I taught biochemistry practicals to the medical students here at UZH. So I was the teaching assistant there. And now this month we are conducting block course for bachelor's and master students from UZH and ETH who are interested in understanding pain mechanisms. So I'm also a teaching assistant there. So that's how. So I think this year, by the end of this year, I should have around 80 to 100 teaching hours. So that is how the other part is going. Apart from that, as a PhD student, it's required of you that you go and attend several conferences, and it's not just about attending but rather presenting there. So I have seen the other PhD students in my lab who joined before me. They are doing amazing in terms of poster presentations. Like, I see them presenting at least 2 posters in a year. So I was supposed to present one poster in the Pain Congress this year in Amsterdam, but because of Corona, all that got postponed, and we have the poster presentations, which we'll be doing in upcoming year, so in 2021. Apart from that, as when you near towards the end of your first PhD year, you also have to submit an annual report and arrange a committee meeting. So a committee meeting is a opportunity that's given to you and your supervisor so that the committee, the panel of scientists, can assess how far you've been working and how far you've reached, what is your progress so far. And at the same time, it gives a good opportunity for the supervisor and you individually to talk to the committee as to what you think about the supervision and how do you see the project in the next 1 year, in the next 3 years. So I had my committee meeting on 9th of September and it went really well. So I think that's just off my list. The other things are like credits and teaching. The other things that a PhD student sometimes does is supervising a master student, which is actually not a part of, so basically we don't get any grades of this for this. But it's just a good add-on experience, especially if we want to establish our lab in the future. It gives us a good opportunity to see how to supervise people, and it's just a good opportunity to learn mutually from the other person, because obviously when you're trying to teach, you learn much better. So what I did is that I told you already that I have been doing my research project, so my 80 to 90% of the time is taken up by that. In addition to that, I am pitching in forward a new project which has a molecular basis. So let's see how far it goes. For that, we've applied for one grant. So if it gets approved from there, so if we get the funding for that, then we can move forward with that along with my PhD project. So I'm kind of excited for that, a bit scared also, depending on, how will I manage my time. But I think the more you do, the more you see how much you can manage. So if you have less, then you would end up wasting time, and if you have more, then you would know how to prioritize stuff. So that's it. And I just am working on few other grant proposals. So far we have submitted 2 grants and I'm working on 2 other, and at an individual level I'm working on some lecture series grants and a brain awareness grant that I submitted earlier in the earlier week of February, and it just got rejected. So this is what I want to tell you, is that a lot of time it happens in the research field that we learn about how to tackle the rejections, which is such an important part of our lives. This happens in the daily life also. So research really teaches you how to be patient. So I'm sure there's a lot that has been happening. I have just actually told you everything in few minutes, but it's literally not just about that. Like, I mean, I've tried to crunch my 1 year in 10 minutes here, which was a hard task. In fact, we also have 2 mandatory exams that we need to clear or pass, and I completed one of those with 5 out of 6 in the grading. So 5 means almost 85%. So I'm really happy that I did it, and didn't have much time to prepare for it, but it went pretty well. So yeah, my first year of PhD is completed, and along with that, I'm so glad that I'm vlogging and telling you stuff about PhD, telling you stuff about masters, sharing my thoughts about biotechnology and the other things. So a lot has been happening in the last year, and I've been participating in multiple things. So I hope you guys are doing well too, and I'll see you later. So that's quite about it for this video. If you like this, give it a thumbs up as usual. Subscribe to my channel, share it with people that you think might benefit from this, and I'll see you very, very soon. See you in the next video. Bye.